Yo, what's going on today, fam? Oh, snap, hold on right quick. Let me fix you right quick. All right, so we're about to do a little bit of a track prep on the Vet. I'm trying to go back to Hockenheimring tomorrow. So there's a few things I need to address. The main one being the brakes. They're smoked. I have like no pad left, if you guys can see that. Completely trash. Next thing I want to do is adjust the coilovers. I want to firm them up, both front and rear. I like where they sit already, so I'm not going to touch the height adjustment. Another thing, I'm going to bleed the brakes. I got some Motul 600, so a bit more of high temperature brake fluid when I'm running right now. I need to bleed my clutch. Also need to drain my oil catch can. What else do we need to do while we're here? I think that's all. But yeah. So we'll start with the brakes first. I'm just gonna let you guys know what pads we're gonna be running. So EBC came out with this new racing compound. It's called the RP1. So I'm super excited. And this compound is good up to 800 degrees Celsius. So we'll definitely see what's up. It's supposed to be more of a endurance type pad, track day pad. So we'll see what's up. I got these for a pretty good price. I think it was like $160 or something like that. Like, it wasn't terribly expensive at all. So I'm looking forward to trying these, and I'll let you guys know how I like them. But anything is better than what I have now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing up in the air, and then we'll just start tearing everything apart. So if you're like me and you forget to loosen up your lug nuts and before you got the car on jacks, so if you're by yourself, and so like, here's a quick trick. You just want to put your breaker bar on, and you want to start to rotate like you're about to tighten it, and you're just going to come back real quick like that, and you can loosen them like that. It's a good trick when you just forget to loosen them up and you're all alone and you don't have somebody to hold the brakes. You don't want to go through the trouble putting it back on the ground. So quick tip Tuesday. All right, y'all, so I got the Willwood narrow super light BBK on this car. So in order to change the pads, what we're going to have to do first is we're going to remove this retaining a nut and bolt combo. So I'm just going to go ahead and loosen that. I'll pull that out, then I'll pull out my pads. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the caliper from its mounting bracket, and so that way, actually I'm not going to remove it from its mounting bracket. So we have to clean our rotors, and the way we're going to clean our rotors is with some Scotch-Brite that I don't have here. Wait, one. All right, back like I never left. So we got the Scotch-Brite here because I wasn't able to get a brake cleaner. And the reason why we're going to use this on the rotors is to remove all of the old pad deposits. So when we go to bed in our new pads, they bed in correctly, and we get the best effectiveness from the new pad compound. So I'm gonna go ahead, remove these pads, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just like Scotch-Brite all of the swept surface on the old rotors, and then we'll throw in the new pads, then we'll be G to G, and then we'll bleed this bad boy. All right, y'all, so I'm using my handy dandy caliper spreading tool, and that I got off of Amazon. Yo, what up with you, B? Yeah. Yes, sir. So anyway, I'm using my handy dandy caliper spreading tool, but instead of taking off the whole caliper assembly, what I just did was I just wedged it like in between the pad plate material, and then I started to separate it, and that pushed my pistons in enough for me to be able to pull out my old plates. As you can see, these shits is trash. They're tapered too. If you look at them, they're not even, man. And then the pad material was starting to break. So yeah, these bad boys are toast. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move out, well, remove the old pad material with the Scotch-Brite. So I'm just gonna come through with it, and literally just gonna come through here. Just keep scrubbing the rotor. I'm gonna do this front and back. As you can see, a lot of that old pad material is coming off. I make sure I clean it inside the grooves. I'm going in a circular motion, all that good stuff, just to get these rotors nice and clean. So a brake cleaner is ideal, but this works too, man. You can do this, sandpaper, whatever. I'm just using what I got right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll go ahead and throw the new pad in, and then we'll move on to bleeding this bad boy. Moving on to bleeding the brake. So what I like to do, and to make my life a lot easier, is I take a turkey baster and just get all of the old fluid out of the master cylinder first, so that way I can fill it up with fresh fluid, so I don't have to work through all of that old fluid coming out the brake lines, and so we can just get what's actually in the brake lines and get to the new fluid faster. So
don't worry, we'll edit that. we'll edit that one out.
Nah, I'll leave it in.
It's pretty funny. Good shot.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep on working this out. Be careful not to spill it on your paint. Your mother's ugly. All right, y'all, so now we're about to bleed our slave, aka our clutch, and we're gonna use the Ranger method. Pretty much, you take out the old fluid, you put in new fluid, and then you pump it like 30, 50 times. And then once the new fluid gets murky, and then you do the same. And the reason why this fluid is so dark is because it's actually a colored fluid. It's not just that dirty. So, but we're gonna change it to just a regular clear fluid. So I'm gonna go through that. That shit gonna take me a minute, and I know y'all don't want to see that, so I'll let y'all know when it's done. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my coilovers. As you guys know, I'm on the Fortunato 510s. They're 24-way adjustable. I got them at 13 now, but I wanna go 20 and 18 in the rear, so I'm gonna adjust these right now. So 13, 14, 15. So we are all done. Just to recap what we did today, got the new pads installed, the PR1 pads from EBC, got those installed, cleaned off the old rotors, bled the brakes, did the Ranger mod on the, well, not Ranger, but I bled my slave with the Ranger method. I topped off my oil a little bit higher, drained my oil catch can, and I took out the rear wing for a little bit. I just want to see what the car feels like without the rear wing, and just to see if I can feel the difference, because I haven't like actually driven it without the rear wing like hard in a long time. So that'll be dope to see. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and embed our brake pads right quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put back on our wheels and all that stuff and get this thing back up on the ground. And we're back, car is down, wheels are torqued. She looks pretty snazzy to me, man. Looks pretty snazzy indeed. I like the way she looks, especially the interior. Looks so good. So next thing we're gonna go on a quick road test. We need to bed in our brakes. And I got the little bedding procedures right here from EBC, so we're gonna follow those to a T. So I'll see you guys in the car. We're gonna start the bedding process. And so the first one is 10 stops from 90 to 50, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it says that you should do 10 stops from 90 miles per hour to 50 miles per hour, and then at 600 meters, do it again. So. Miles per hour to 37 miles per hour 10 times.